Hello there, and welcome to a mini episode, kind of mini episode of Ian and Jason's video seller. I'm Ian, and I figured I'd throw something out just to keep the content going and just a little, solo video, just to, like I said, keep the content flowing and adding to our catalog of videos. And I figured, what better thing to do than, especially after our epic Halloween episode, to do a not. I didn't want to do a trailer reaction because there's a lot of those out there for Halloween Kills. Last week they released a teaser for Halloween Kills, kind of as a I mean, the movie should be out by now, but thanks to all the things going on in the world, that just didn't happen. We're gonna have to wait a whole nother year. We're less than a year now, I guess. It doesn't feel like it, but less than a year now, and to see the film. So they released a teaser, and I get why they. I mean, the film's done. I understand why they didn't put out a full trailer, because at this point it would just kind of be a waste. And to be honest, from what I've been seeing on other shows, the teaser was enough. It really kind of, and it was for me as well. It really intensified that desire to see this film, because I'm a big fan of the 2018 Halloween. I think, I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but as far as a Halloween sequel goes, I would put it right up there with Halloween 2, even though it discounts Halloween 2. As far as the overall scope of the franchise, I think 2018 was fantastic and kind of brought Halloween to a point where it can exist in the 21st century without completely altering it and going in a completely different direction. I'm not telling you about story wise, because you want interesting new things to happen within a story, but with 2018, it intensified the gore a little bit, intensified the ferocity of the kills, and Michael being a bit more badass than he is in John Carpenter's original film. Which, some people, I guess, might have a problem with that, because I mean that was kind of the beauty of John Carpenter's film. And check, like I said, check out our first video that we put up the other day, because we really kind of delve into a lot of that. But there's a lot of, with John Carpenter, it really focuses on the suspense and the shadows. And with Halloween Kills, there's still a lot of that there, but it really, like I said, it did intensify the overall feel of the film. Again, it's not perfect. I myself have a few issues with it, but overall, it was a huge satisfaction to me to see that film. I've watched it a, probably a good 20 times since it came out, at least. It was about on Blu-ray when it came out. So I mean, I probably watched it about 20 times. I didn't watch it. I did watch it, actually. I take that back. I watched it last week, but not on Halloween. I watched it on Halloween last year, but I didn't watch it on Halloween this year. I watched the original and the original Halloween 2 for my Halloween viewing this year. Um, but I figured I would just kind of comment. I mean, like I said, I didn't want to do a reaction video. I wanted to just kind of give my thoughts to some key scenes in it, because it's only 30 seconds long, so, or 36 seconds long, and I've watched it quite a few times, and I know a lot of people have brought up on other channels, the opening scene of the teaser, where there you see the mask in the street and Michael walking up to it. And one thing I haven't heard anyone speculate on was that I think that could actually be the end scene for the film. This is the second part. Halloween Kills is the second part in what is being called the David Gordon Green trilogy. Halloween Ends, which will come out in 2022, will be the finale. And David Gordon Green has been on record as saying this will be his Empire Strikes Back of Halloween films. Um, I don't really know what that means, because to me that's thrown around a lot, for trilogies and series in general. I know it was thrown around with The Dark Knight when it came out, and I can kind of see that with The Dark Knight, but I think if you're going into something intending to try and replicate the power and gravitas that Empire Strikes Back has, you're kind of setting yourself up for disaster. However, there isn't anything in that teaser that I saw that I thought was going to be a disaster. This film looks awesome. It looks freaking awesome, even with 30 seconds. But it isn't the first teaser trailer either. They released a teaser a few months ago, very very short as well, and in that one it's basically you see someone lying in the street. It's been speculated that is Hawkins, who was killed by Dr. Sartain in the original. Spoiler alert. Um, I'm not sure if that's true, but I don't know. You'll find with my speculation and my theories, I don't really like to go too far out and really um, try to make predictions. But for what it's worth, there's you see a body in the street, and then you see the Strode women in the back of the truck that they get into at the end of the movie, driving down the road, and then you see the ambulances and fire trucks coming in the other direction, and you hear Lori screaming, "Let it burn." And I thought that was a great teaser as well because if you're a fan of the series, it isn't the house that's burning. She's saying "let it," as in Michael Myers burn. A lot of power in that little scene that I think is just going to make this film so good. But anyway, back to this recent teaser. That scene where the mask is in the street and Michael walks up to it and picks it up. I truly think that could be the end scene of the film because I don't see any reason for him to have his mask off, coming off of 2018's film. So something obviously will happen where his mask will be taken off. And I think that will be the final like cliffhanger scene where maybe you think he's been taken out, uh, and then he just walks up and grabs the mask, or he's the mask got taken off in some conflict. He's still there. He's dispatched everyone that he's been dealing with, and this is just I'm done. I'm taking this and I'm going on and doing more. So I really want. I think I'm. This is I'm putting this on record, so we'll see. We'll check out in a year and see if I was right. Um, the rest of the teaser doesn't really give too much away, which is awesome. And I know a lot of people have speculated that Karen, played by Judy Greer, might not make it out of this film alive. And I think I kind of agree with that. I think in order to up the ante, at least one of the Strode women has to bite it in this one. And she kind of seems like the logical one. It's still Laurie's story, but Allison has kind of been set up to be the new Laurie. So you don't really I don't think dispatching of Laurie in the second film makes much sense if you're still trying to uh, continue this saga of the Laurie Strode v. Michael Myers. You kind of almost want that to be kind of a final confrontation. But then again, so could the new Laurie. She could be the one to really take him out. Who knows? I don't know. But I think as far as expendability, but yet still being poignant for a middle part of a trilogy where you, like I said, you really have to amp it up the threat. I think she's probably a likely candidate to lose it. And I will say this: there's a scene in the teaser where it's obvious that it's Kyle Richards' character, Lindsay, running from Michael. And in other little clips that we've seen, there's one scene where you see Michael slamming a woman up against a car, and I think that's her. And I mean, I guess those characters have to probably not survive either. But it's obvious to me that she's probably not going to make it out of this film alive. And another scene that has been talked about a lot by other channels is that it's pretty much the next scene right after he picks up the mask where he swipes the knife and is slicing somebody. I've watched that quite a few times, and I really think that might be Tommy Doyle getting his comeuppance in that scene. I don't know, and I I guess those two characters, Lindsay and Tommy, are integral to the overall Halloween mythos, going back to the original. Excuse me. But I don't know why you'd want to kill them, bring them back just to kill them off. But that might be the case. You might be losing both those legacy characters in this film. Uh, and another thing, we get Marion Chambers back, played by Nancy Stevens. I don't think they're going to kill her. I think she will probably be a tie over to the next film because I almost can see her, and I really thought that it might have been Tommy being this too, but they've already killed that character once. They killed her in Halloween H2O, and I thought that was kind of a missed opportunity. This might be an opportunity for them to kind of make her the legitimate heir apparent to Dr. Loomis. Now, granted, she doesn't have the that we know of at least doesn't have um, the history with Michael Myers that Sartain had in Halloween 2018, because he claimed he was a student of Dr. Loomis. He's been with Myers the whole time, or at least since 1978. And I don't think that that's the same for Marion's character. However, her being a tie or a true throwback to Dr. Loomis and Michael's original escape does potentially give her kind of the gravitas of being the maybe the next Loomis in a much more limited capacity. So who knows? I another speculation I'm going to toss out there that's like I said, I don't really like making predictions, but at least I guess I'm going to be held to account for them when the time comes. So who knows? It ends with some fantastic scenes. There's a scene where Michael, and as I'm talking, I'm going to pop up some images so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Um, but the scene and he's in blue light, which is kind of a throwback, I think, on a cinematography level to the original Halloween and Halloween 2. Dean Cundy's cinematography is fantastic. I don't know much about that kind of stuff. I know what I like to see. I know what emotions I get from the atmosphere that's created by cinematographers, but I don't know the technical side of it. I don't know really what you call this light opposed to that light and what you're trying to do. All I know is how it makes me feel and what I get from it. And I've always been able to watch Halloween 1 and 2, the originals, 78 and 81. And even though they're filmed in California, they're filmed not in the fall. It feels like Halloween when I'm watching those. I feel like I'm watching Halloween. Something about the lighting and the overall atmosphere. And I will say that that's one thing that I kind of felt lacking in the 2018 film. It's obvious it's fall. I mean, the leaves are falling, the trees are bare or becoming bare. It's I would say it's more accurately fall into 2018. But something about the cinematography, the lighting just didn't give it that feel that I got from the original films. Halloween 4 had it too, by the way, in a different way, but Halloween 4 had it. Even Halloween 6, I guess, had it because that was filmed in late fall. But there really is something about those original two films, and I don't know if they went with it, if they're gone with a different cinematographer for this one, but I think they've hit the mark. And what I've seen in the trailer, the lighting, textures, especially on Michael's face, there's that, like I said, there's a scene where he's standing there and you can see the burnt side of his face. It really made me feel like I was watching a true sequel to Halloween. Something I haven't really felt in a very long time. So, but anyway, that scene, I think, and others have speculated this as well. I think that scene's going to take place in the Myers house. I'm pretty sure that could very well be a shot of Michael at the top of the stairs of the Myers house, and the next scene is Allison. Apparently, the shot is kind of down angle. I think she's at the bottom of the stairs looking up at him, and she screams. So I mean, that's another thing that really hasn't been done well in the sequels is the Myers house. Halloween 5, they had a freaking mansion, which I get why they did it, but it doesn't work. It does. I don't know why it had to be the Myers house. It could have just been any other house. Because when Jason and I do our Halloween 5 episode, which down the road, because we got other episodes we want to do before that. But when we do our Halloween 5 episode, I'm really going to go into depth about why there are some very good elements in that film that are redeeming for me. Most likely not redeeming for anyone else. I get it, but some of the things that do help to redeem it for me, and a lot of them revolve around that house, but not because it's the Myers house, because it doesn't look anything like the Myers house. So now, and with modern technology and a bigger budget, they're really, I think they're really going to be able to replicate the original Myers house look inside and out, and again really kind of connect this so that it feels more like a real sequel, not just a low budget cash grab like a lot of the other ones do. I still love them, by the way. But so there's just some of the things I really do believe. I know I my three predictions is that opening scene in the teaser where Michael's mask is in the middle of the street and he picks it up. I think that's the end of the film. I think that's the cliffhanger. And it doesn't hurt it to be in a teaser a year out, because we don't know what the order is, and we don't know what leads up to that. I think Lindsay's character, Kyle Richards, is not making it out of this film, and it's very likely that at least one one of the Strode women, will die, and it most likely will be Karen. I guess the fourth one, Tommy Doyle. Like I said, it's very hard to tell when you're watching the trailer. It's very quick cuts, 30 some seconds, quick cuts. You don't really see much. I've watched it 3 times in slow motion just to try and see, and it's still very difficult to tell who that is that's getting sliced, but it could be Tommy Doyle. So I'm not going to put that down necessarily as a prediction. I'm going to put it down as a possibility. But I am super excited for this film. I was excited for it before I saw this. I'm even more excited for it now. I mean, if I had a time machine and could go anywhere in the universe in time that I could, I would go to a year right now. I would go to a year from now just to see that movie. So I really, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more once, probably in June, July, August, when they release the full trailer. We'll talk about it again. But I really, like I said, I just really wanted to kind of throw out a mini episode just to get it out there, have, like I said, and kind of pad our content a little bit. And this, like I said, this seemed like a good thing to talk about. When it was released, I watched it 6 times in a row, just the when I saw that it was up. It's a lot. I guess it's not a lot. It's only 30 seconds. So I mean, was that 3 minutes? But to watch the same 30 seconds over and over again 6 times, it's a lot. And I'm probably people out there who watched it way more than that. But there's a lot of reaction videos out there that they have some speculations that are maybe different and that I've watched. Dave McRae, check out he did a good reaction on it. I think he did a stream on it. We watched a movie. They're a great channel for Halloween content. Check them out. I'm throwing these out there because these are channels I like. I don't know them personally or anything, but I like those guys. I watch them mainly for their Halloween content, but they got a lot of other stuff too. So we watched the movie. Dave McRae, check them out. I don't know if Wolfman's Got Nards has done a video on this yet. I'll have to check out if he does because he's really good. They're true Halloween fans, and a lot of their content is Halloween based. So that's the main reason I'm kind of plugging them, and I enjoy watching their shows. So. That's about it, really. Give us a like if you like this. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Leave comments, please. Our first video is doing okay. I mean, it's been up about 5 days now, and people have been checking it out, so that's good. For a first video, I'm glad people are seeing it. No comments yet, so tell me what you guys think. It really helps to improve the channel, to improve our content, to improve what we're doing. Jason and I really, we want this to kind of go far. So, and if we're doing something wrong now, we want to try and fix it. So let us know what you think. Very important. because this is all for you guys. You know, we enjoy doing it, but you know, if you're not watching it, there's no point in us doing it. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button for upcoming videos. I'm gonna try and get something out every few days, if I can. Every, say, 5 to 7 days, we'll have something up. So whether it's a solo show by me, solo show by Jason, and then our duo shows, which are going to be the primary thing anyway. So it is Ian and Jason's Video Cellar. So so yeah, check us out, and we will talk to y'all later.